welcome back. Man, today we're going to be talking to an entertainer who knows how tough the entertainment field can be. When it comes to entertainers, there's a lot of fish in the sea. If you want to succeed, you need to be a shark in dangerous waters. Our next guest is exactly that. I'm Vin Dacquino. He is a shark. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet the absolutely crazy, always entertaining entertainer, Mr. Ron Blanco.
Oh.
Ron, thank
There we
goodness
go.
Halloween gave you a costume to bring here today.
Yep, it worked out.
back.
Day after Halloween. How do you like that?
The last time you were here, you had
Yes.
so much information, we couldn't get it all in.
Okay.
So I needed to get you back here.
Okay.
I need you to talk about all those things you didn't get a chance to talk about. I see you have an amazing prop to start with. Talk to us about this coat of many colors.
When I was on tour with a Broadway show called Jesus Christ Superstar, in Jacksonville, Florida, there was a clothing manufacturer that had Jimi Hendrix's jacket. Now, this is Jimi Hendrix's jacket that he never picked up. Unfortunately, he met his demise before he could pick it up. So it's a beautiful jacket. I think I have a picture in there of me wearing the jacket. If we can find it. Okay, whatever we look for. But look at that jacket. Isn't that so colorful? I had someone look at this jacket, and the red, that's it. There I am.
Oh my God, that looks just like you. Sort of.
That's me.
With hair and a beard.
Yeah, that's probably 1971.
Wow.
You believe that?
Yeah.
How many
holy
years
cow.
ago is that?
Hair today, going tomorrow.
Yeah. So anyway, I had this evaluated, and this red, he wore these red pants, velvet pants. So it's identified that it's the same material and everything. So I've been trying to sell it, but they said, well, if you had Jimi Hendrix on it, you know, it could be wearing it, it could be worth money. Which goes to show you about fans and people in the business, how far fans go to extremes of buying product, getting autographs, and just the respect they have about people in the business.
And you've been in the business a long time, Ron.
I've been in it since 6th grade.
Wow.
That's a long time ago. And
What'd you do in 6th grade?
well, I had a little band, and I played guitar.
6th grade?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had a band. Matter of fact, I was singing a song, and the teacher was going, cut it off. Rock and roll. They didn't understand
Rock and roll.
They didn't understand. Today, what I'm doing is trying to sell memorabilia. You got all this vinyl that's out there, and you go to these stores, and they're saying, $24. I just sold the album for $1. You know?
Yeah. So memorabilia is a big business, but you were part of this whole era of music, and you met some of the best.
I did meet a lot of people in the industry, and I don't want to repeat myself, but to tell you the truth, I was so fortunate to meet them, and they left a part of them with me. I mean, when you talk about Danny Thomas, Mr. St. Jude himself, a regular guy. When you talk about even meeting James Brown, a regular guy, you know. When you talk about working actually with Stevie Wonder, and I believe I have a little paperwork there with the Stevie Wonder. I got a little commission, right?
Wow.
What is that dated, 1971, 72 on that?
Yeah, I think.
And I introduced him to
72.
my friends, 72, my friends Malcolm Cecil and Bob Margaloff. And this was a studio called Media Sound Recording Studio on 57th Street. And I was an assistant engineer until I went out on the road again, being a professional musician. But being that assistant engineer, I used to set up for the Ed Sullivan Show. and it was a converted church that was a recording studio. It was so lucky about living in the city, the way it unfolds and for you, you know. Being a cab driver, when my band broke up, I had to survive, and I had to pay $185 a month to live in an apartment in the city. That same apartment's probably about $2,500.
Yeah, right.
You know, but 40 years I gave of my life in Manhattan.
Wow. So you were in and around Manhattan for a good part of your life.
I would say so, yes. But
then you also traveled at that time from show to show.
I had a Volkswagen camper.
Wow.
That's how much I wanted to travel, get away from it all. And I would take that Volkswagen camp out. I love camping out. The show I was with was Broadway show, Jesus Christ Superstar. And went to Anchorage, Alaska, Hawaii, and up and down the coast. It was quite an experience with a 100-piece orchestra, and I was only the bass player. That's the front cover of the libretto.
Oh.
The libretto. And there I am. If you could see in the middle, I'm right in the middle over there. I don't know, someone's got to get a finger over there. Right in the middle of the stage. I'm sitting down, I'm playing the bass, and the orchestra's on behind me.
And this again is for Jesus Christ Superstar?
That was Superstar. And we did 9 months of auditoriums that were like Madison Square Gardens. So you're talking about, what, 20,000 people at a time?
Wow, that many.
And one-nighters. What a feat to do. Get on a plane and go to somewhere else,
Perform for 20,000 people and then jump on the plane and go somewhere else to do another show somewhere else. That's amazing.
But, you know, those days I've never really talked about those days, you know. It just happened that everything fell in place, and here I am in Mahopac, New York, and on your show.
You ever wish for those days again? Would you like to go back to who you were?
No, I never did. I never really did. I'm satisfied with every day. And the reason I'm satisfied with every day is because I'm still performing. Yeah. I still express my God-given talent, where a lot of people haven't been able to, how do they say?
Retire.
Well, they retire, or how does they say when you got to continue doing what you want to do. Yeah. It's another way of doing it, you know.
Because it's your passion. I mean, that's what this show is all about. It's about people and their passion. And you, Ron, since you were in elementary school, you had this passion that you followed all these years.
And I try to be an example, you know, in the sense of like telling up-and-coming people, musicians or singers or people in the field, you know, well, this is the experience I went through. They take what they need and leave the rest, as they say, you know, in programs that are out there for people who are just lost their way. But you'll not lose your way if you stay with your passion, right. and if you love what you do. What's that saying? If you love what you do, you'll do what you love.
Yeah. I like that.
You know.
That's absolutely right.
Right.
So now you met some people and you played some things, and I think we have some more photos here to share.
Oh yeah. So now you know you go out. Well.
Now what is this?
I saw this in Washington D.C. and I had to take a picture of it, and I don't see anybody else with this symbol out there. You know, I mean, it's the peace sign, but someone...
It's sort of like split peas?
Split, yeah. Split peas. That's good. I wish the world would get it together, but as they say, even in the Bible, there'll always be...
many things
There'll always be this, there'll always be that, you know, and just people are panicking out there.
We can't...
But they'll always...
Yeah.
Now, this picture here, when I was with my rock and roll group, the Fuzzy Bunnies...
The Fudgy Bunnies?
Fuzzy, F-U-Z-Z-Y.
Oh, Fuzzy Bunny.
Yes. Oh, so we played at the White House. Sid Bernstein at the time got us this job. And Sid Bernstein was famous for bringing the Beatles to Carnegie Hall and Shea Stadium, and also managing the Young Rascals.
Now, where are you in there?
I'm all the way to...
The right?
Are we saying to the right? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at those arms, huh? I was pumping iron. I was pumping it, really. But it was the Johnson administration. And there's a new movie out about Johnson. I can't wait to see it.
Wow.
Did you know about it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
So you actually played for Johnson? I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. He was the one that was the thing for underprivileged children, and we played in the backyard. And Buck Owens was the country star that was
Whoa.
there too. But we played '60s rock at the time. That was 1968. That picture.
Wow.
So
Tough time for our country because it was
There you
after
go.
Kennedy. And,
yeah. Right. Well, my wife at the time worked for the Beatles, so this was our address. I don't live there anymore, but I gave quite a few years on 246 West 73rd Street. So the Beatles used to call the house and say she would be talking to somebody, George Harrison, or I don't think she talked to Paul McCartney. But they said they were broke. You believe it? Well, you know, Apple went under and all that. but
Yeah.
They were afraid of going broke. P.S. I think Paul McCartney is one of the richest songwriters going,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, he's had a long history.
A friend of mine is playing with him right now.
Really?
My friend Brian, he worked with Etta James for a while. Yeah, at last, that song. And the drummer got him in, so the drummer and him played with another group, but they've been with Paul McCartney for over 10 years.
Wow.
And I've heard stories that they test him to see if he's on cue. They find songs that he forgot he wrote, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine all those songs. I don't know how they remember lyrics from so many songs. I couldn't imagine being
Well-
able to know that many lyrics.
Well, you know,
They do.
they're on the internet. Like you said, you can get
Yeah.
anything on the internet.
That's right.
You know, to go back and just...
Even in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
So, what do we have here?
well, at the time, I came off the road. We were trying to do a pilot and do a Welcome Back Carter thing, before Welcome Back Carter. I'm all the way at the left, and I'm playing
With
the
the
part
hat
like
on.
Muggsy, you know. Muggsy, I look like... so it was quite a
Yeah,
cool,
you look like,
6
what
of
is
us,
it,
you know.
Rorschach? Is that his name?
Yeah, right, whatever. You know, I took some courses over at the HB Studio, Herbert Berghoff Studio, on Bank Street in the Village, and I wanted to be an actor. It was a funny part that George Burns had mentioned. He says, "Oh, to be an actor, I took a class doing acting, and one of the exercises was, well, you walk in the door." He says, "All right, so I open the door, walk in the door. That's it." He says, if you don't open the door and walk in the door, you're a jerk. So he's a funny man.
So you walked in the door.
He walked in the door, and that was the first thing. So to open the door, you walk in, make believe you're looking around, whatever, and you do your thing. But it's quite a gift to act,
Oh, yeah.
as you well know.
And difficult.
You know, I mean, you tried your hand at being a comedian, and there was
Yeah,
so many comedy shows I saw, and agents be out in the city looking for that comic
And-
because they get two people. They would get an actor and they would get a comedian.
And Ron, I've spoken with you before about what it's like to get out there and get turned on by the audience.
Oh.
And have that audience give you that lift. And for me, yeah, I just had to keep coming back. But boy, there is also that moment of failing
Oh,
when you're up there and it just isn't working. And the feeling in the pit of your stomach is like, oh my gosh, get me out of here.
no, you can't do that
And you
anymore.
can't. You
no,
have
you
to
can't
stay
do
there,
that.
and you
you
gotta
gotta say,
fight it,
what
and
am
you
I
gotta
doing?
come back.
Even if you go out there and say, what am I doing wrong? What's the matter? Why can't you laugh at me? You know, just even saying
Yeah.
that, they'll laugh. Oh,
Yeah.
now we're getting somewhere. All right.
There's one thing about this field. You can't quit. You can't ever quit. You've got to keep going back and fight. And you've been doing it for all your life. Now what? You're
It's
you're
just
106
natural.
years old. So you've been doing this for 90 years. No. So you've been doing it a long time, and you've been working with a lot of people.
I love it. I love it. You
Yep.
know, what else can I do? I tried going in construction, you know, and getting up 5 o'clock in the morning and then getting coffee and on my knees trying to do tile work and kitchen work. I said, at one point I said, I'm too happy. I'm too this and like that.
Yeah.
Well, that quickly turned. That turned around.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not cut off to doing that manual labor.
Series of successes. I mean, you worked
Anything
with
I
some
touched
of the
worked.
biggest stars.
Yeah, anything I touched always worked.
Yeah, and and it worked, and you're still in there.
I'm self-sufficient.
Yeah.
I win over an audience. I get the pat on the back. Whether
What is this? Elvis.
Oh, this was up at 94. 94. That was the Woodstock thing. I have a house up there in Saugerties. So thank you very much. So I did a Woodstock Elvis in '94. I got the Woodstock jacket on.
Oh,
You want to zoom in?
all right. Yeah, we'll
There
see
you go.
that.
You got it?
Wait a minute, not yet. No, we're still watching Elvis.
Oh, we're still watching. So
Now you can
here's
show
the
your
jacket. Yeah,
There you go.
There-
Woodstock.
Woodstock '94. I went to all three Woodstocks.
Did you really?
All three of them: '69, '94, and '99.
You know there
But
was
the
a
one in
Woodstock
94
in Rome, New York?
That's where I went.
Really?
And I brought Camille, my wife, my present
Wow.
wife, and she says, "Oh, let's stick around." I says, "Camille, they're burning the place down. We got to get out of
They
here."
did. That place was on fire. That was scary. I still wear my Rome Woodstock T-shirt.
I didn't know you went
I didn't, but I got a Rome Woodstock T-shirt.
from a distance.
That's my closest.
I got a
Closest
pin.
I came to it. They burned it down. There was a major fire there. It was scary. It wasn't exactly what they had hoped for.
Well, that's what happens
And
when
what
you
was the third
when you
one?
try
There
to
was a
sell
third-
water, a bottle of water, 50 cents for $6.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
greedy.
Oh no.
I got a piece of the wall.
A lot of things didn't work. Yeah. What was
Oh,
the third
Jo-
one? Oh, there
oh.
she is. Oh
You
my
see,
God! Look at that. You make a
Once
good
and again,
couple.
going to town, and all of a sudden, oh, Joan Rivers is performing here. Let's go in. And Camille and I went in, and here she is. And nicest lady, calm like this. Well, I go in the audience. She's going, F this, that, blah, blah, blah. She did this. Outrageous comedian.
Yeah,
I
she is
didn't
funny.
realize
She really made her own mark. I mean,
Melissa.
she really did.
Melissa has a book out now.
Yeah. Wow.
About all her jokes and her antics, and they just did a thing at Sotheby's, getting rid of all the stuff and everything, and you could see, of course, it was a total shock that she passed away like that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was supposed to go for a throat operation. I have a little gravel in my throat. I have a little, what they call a little spike, so I can't hit my falsetto voice. So, oh yeah, we can get rid of it, take it out. She goes and
Yeah, it just backfired.
she went for a throat operation and it backfired, sure. So I said, I'll wait. I'm not going to go.
No, that will scare you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so
lost her too young. Now, who's this?
That's the one and only Larry David, 1980.
Oh, get out of here. That's
Yeah.
Larry David with dark hair and a fro.
Yeah, me with a beard,
Oh,
losing
my
my
God,
hair.
Larry David. Yeah, and look
This
at
was
you.
in California, and he was filming for, at the time, Friday Night Live. And, of course, he's now Lose Your Enthusiasm. I got another picture of him where he looks, what he looks like today.
There
he
we
is.
go.
So everybody knows that's Larry David, Lose the Enthusiasm. And in the
Sure that's not
70s.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. In the day, I used to drive him home from Catch a Rising Star.
Wow.
And we lived on 39th and 11th Avenue. I bumped into the real Kenny, or the real. Why can't I think of his name?
I don't know.
Well, who was his famous sidekick? Oh, the guy Kramer. Yeah, Kramer.
There we go.
Yeah. So Kramer says, "Oh, you know him? You know him?" I says, "Yeah, I used to drop him off at 39th Street and 11th Avenue." "Oh, you do know him?" So
Yeah. Wow.
Larry David, what a famous man now, big
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah. He's
And he
become
was
big time.
broke at the time
Wow.
in the 70s.
Well, that's showbiz. I mean, that's the way it was with so many of them. They, when you're up, and when you're down, you're down. I remember seeing a lot of these people when I used to go with Roy to Roy Campanella to L.A. Stadium. There were a lot of these stars that would go in and out, and we would meet them, and there were people who were like big in TV shows for a short while, and then they just kind of like faded away. And it's difficult. You know, finally getting on top is one thing. Staying on top is another thing. I admire your stamina and just staying with it all these years. I mean, I know you did.
It's contagious. It's contagious when
it is contagious.
People have to feel happy, you know, and I don't even realize it. I'm, you know, a natural comic, whether you be a natural comic or a natural entertainer, you make people feel good. That is such a gift.
Yeah.
It is such a gift.
People say to me, Vinny, why do you do this show?
There you go.
And I say, because I can.
Ah,
You know, that's it. And I mean, it's an opportunity to do what I like to do. It's a passion.
yes.
And sometimes we have to follow our passions. I have friends that I grew up with who were sofa bums. You know, they sat on the sofa all day long, they watched TV, and what did they accomplish? A dent in the sofa. That was about it. They spent their whole lives wishing they did more. And it's too late. You've got to do it when you got to do it. You got to learn how to walk through that door.
You got to learn how to, right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
it really is. You have to do what you really want to do.
Yes.
And it's so easy to say no. Too easy to say no. But you have to do it. You have to just get up and do it.
Well, to say no is to give up.
Yeah, you can't give up.
You can't give up.
You hear that? You can't give up.
Can't give up. And you can't watch too much TV.
You can't watch too much.
Even though you can watch cable TV. You
Yes,
can watch
can.
cable,
You
get
gotta
some
watch this show.
information.
No.
You know, but sometimes you're getting too much information. You got to know when to turn it off.
Yeah.
You know, you got to turn yourself on.
Yeah.
You know, you have
You
to.
do.
And
I don't
you
know
know
if we
what
have any
turns
more photos back there. Any more photos back there? I want to make sure we're not missing anything. Ah, there we go. Oh,
that's me as a kid. With
as a kid, look at you.
yeah, I was with a group called Johnny Maestro and the Crest, the last formation of the Crest. And what was so unique about this group was 6-part harmony, 6 voices. And we toured, we did the Clay Cole show, we did down in Florida, and did a lot of, he continued to his dying day, Johnny did. God bless him, God bless him.
Yep.
So every day is a gift. Enjoy
Yep.
what you love to do, and you'll be happy for the rest of your life. That's
Yep.
all. Fine,
And
there
now-
he is, to the left. There he is, Johnny, and some
Oh,
of
there's
the
you,
Del
a little more
Satins.
familiar.
Yeah, some
And
of
that's
the
Johnny
Dels.
Maestro?
Yeah, there he is in the
Yeah,
black
wow.
shirt. I'm over there with my glasses, of course. And to make a long story short, they were in Jersey performing. That was with the Brooklyn Bridge. He had asked me, he
Oh,
says,
the Brooklyn Bridge.
yeah. He had asked me to go with him, but then he went to when he reformed this group, he says, all right, who's the leader of the group? And it was the bass player. Well, I was the bass player. Otherwise, I would have been with him.
That would have been nice.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You
And then
know,
you just have. And you
I have
can't
no
count,
regrets.
You can't count the missed opportunities. You've got to count the opportunities, and you have to keep going, no matter what.
I have my own opportunities. I'm not bored. The main thing is not being bored. Always find something to do.
And now you're still an entertainer. You're still doing all
I'm
kinds
still
of.
entertainer. I like to go out and see other entertainers. Tonight I'm going to go see a comic in the city. And, you know, that's going to be fun. You know, the city has a lot of energy. It's fun. And do something different all the time.
Do you ever feel like you want to go back on the road?
To what extent? To work?
Yeah, to play and to be back in there. Too much?
You
Too
know,
late?
I'd rather, at this point, be in a camper and go to different states and camp out, try them out for a week, go here, go there, you know, or just follow the sun,
All right.
things of that nature.
We're
So-
getting towards the end, so I'm going to ask you a question
Sure.
that I hope I get the right answer for.
All right.
You're going to write a book, Ron Blanco? All this information, all these pictures, shouldn't they be in a book?
You've been asking me to write a book for the longest time.
Yes, I have.
That's why.
That's why I did it on air.
That's
so
why you did it
people
on air.
know that I asked you
Yeah.
and that I'm standing behind you to do it. You need to write that book.
I need a ghostwriter with me.
You need a ghostwriter.
You know, I need someone else to push me. from what I understand, the best way is to get with another writer
Yeah.
and, jot it down and feed off each other.
I do it every week with about 20 writers from the Mahopac Library. And these people come in every week with work that they've tried to write. And this is an open invitation to everyone out there. Join a writer's group.
Yeah.
Have the opportunity to share your work with others. Find out what's working and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Some of these writers who come are astounded to find that people love what they're doing. So unless you try, Ron, and you should know that better than anyone,
Yeah.
unless you try, it's just not going to happen. So Ron, any final words for these people here? Should they get involved in entertainment? Should a young kid dedicate his life to music?
Worst word ever invented is procrastination. Do not procrastinate.
You're right.
Get it
and
done
that's the easiest
now.
thing. That goes for writers too. Procrastination is a writer's worst enemy.
Wow.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you took the time today not to procrastinate, to get in front of a good TV show, watch an amazing entertainer, talk to you about his life. In the meantime, live your life, be free, feel free, do what you need to do. Thank you so much for tuning in, Ron. Whoa, thank you so much for coming here today. It has been absolutely our pleasure.
You
to
bring
hear
out the
who
best.
You were.
You bring out the best
No,
in
you-
every.
you were best before I ever got here.
You bring out the best. You bring.